Right, welcome back to this short series on seasons. Today we're going to have a go at the snow mask. Right, for a start, you'll need Giants Editor. It's a must. I would suggest getting it from the Giants Developers Network system. I will post a link. You will have to register for that, but at least you're getting one that hasn't gone for any third-party hands. It's straight from Giants. You'll also need, and this is another must, Notepad++. Don't try and do it as ordinary Notepad. It's a lot of work. There's a couple of three other things you'll need, but we'll go through those as we come to them. Right, we're going to just open up, find where I put my game. As you see, I've got a hell of a lot of different mod folders here. Right, this is the one we want. Now the first thing I'm going to do is copy that, paste it. Always keep a copy of whatever you're working on. Never have only one copy and that's the one you're working on. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Aldridge Farm zip. Unzip it. I'm using 7-zip, but you can use the one built into Windows, but I've got this thing I don't like using, Microsoft stuff if I can help it. Just call me odd. Right, we've got that. That's up here. I'm going to delete this one out so it doesn't get confused, because we've still got this one here, remember? Right. What we need to do is go down through to Maps. Right. We'll keep that there for a moment. Now you'll need from Relimus Modding's own site the Seasons manual, and at the bottom here it's modding for seasons. You want info for Map Maker's Whip, and this shows you exactly what you need. You'll need 3 texture files: Invisible Mask Diffuse, Invisible Mask Diffuse 0, and Seasons Density. Now they all have to go in there, and we need to find those. So we'll have a look at this. There's a link down here for that. It takes you through to here. I never managed to get this to work, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the code and just take the whole thing down. Downloads it, because we only want part of this. We want the modding part, but I never managed to get that to work properly. I'm going to take you through this step by step. I'm not going to snow mask the entire map. It will take too long, far too long. And this is the developing copy, but don't download this and use it as not unless you want to lose everything, which I personally don't. I just want to open the container folder, take this out, copy this out, and get rid of that. I want to go back to the info for those. Right, now we need to put this down here. We're just going to paste this on the desktop and again unzip it. Now we don't want much of this. We don't want any of this. I'm going to delete things as I go because I don't need these. I have actually got copies of all these files myself, but this is the bit we want. Modding, Snow Mask, Map 01. These 3 files. I'll highlight them. I'll copy them out just in case I make a mess up, and they go in Maps 01. If you're using Maps 02 it gets a bit more difficult, and I'm not going into that today, but Maps 01, so you've got those in here. And it's Invisible Mask. This is the one that shows the mask, and when you're done you rename this to Diffuse 1, and then this Diffuse 0, you take the 0 out. This hides your mask. It still works, but you won't see it. Now you've got your Seasons Density. This is where all the information is put. So that's done, that's ready. That's simple. Now we need to open up the map itself. And first of all, we will open that up, right click on, edit with Notepad++, and here we go. We have this. Now I'm just going to take this down a bit because I got twin screens, so I'd normally be working over both screens, but as you can only see one screen, I better just do it this way. I'm going to take this down too, so we can get them very roughly on the same thing. So bring that down, bring that over a bit. This is Notepad++. As you can see, it colours everything as you go. Right. So we follow what it says in here. Alright, we need to copy these files in. And they go in the end of files. So we go right the way down. Whoops, we've gone past it. Here we are. I'm going to make a gap in here just by clicking on here and pressing enter. Now we just need to bring this one to the front. Just check we've got it all. Copy that. Paste it in and tidy it up because that looks a bit of a mess like that. Let's put some extra gaps in which I don't really want. So we just do it like that. And as you can see, one thing you can see with this line here, it will show if you've got a complete system. Let's have a look here. See this? Where it starts, where it ends on materials. Right, that bit's in. Next thing we've got to do is actually find a number. This is the other beauty of ++. So I'm going to take this right to the top. I already know what the number is, but we're going to find it properly. Right, you click on search, click on find, and we're looking for windrow foiler shader. Right, so we'll copy that. We'll paste. And here it is. You just find next and get rid of that now, we don't need that. This is the one, and it's 80. This is the number we need. This is the file ID. Make a note of that, which I'm doing, because although I know this one, I only ever come across 2 numbers so far, and I've done about 8 or 10 of these different maps at different times. Right, so the next thing we've got is the materials to go in. So we'll find the end of materials. Remember that yesterday all we had was 1 layer. This, by the time this is all in, we will have 8 layers, almost half a metre of snow if push comes to shove and we have a long, hard winter. Snow, by the way, can fall whenever the temperature is below 0. I could have, of course, used search to find the end of this, but there we go. Well, just take it back, dynamics. There we are, material. All these go into the end of where they say. If you read up here, right, and this goes into the end of materials. Same thing again. Highlight it all. Copy. Paste. Right, and just tidy this bit up. And that should go in a bit tighter, just so it's easy to find when you come to do anything. And we've got 2 lines here. If you notice, just I've gone too far. I'm not quite as bad as Disco about getting rid of things like this. Now we're just going to close it up so it looks a bit neater. Now we just check that one's complete, and we just click on here, and that one's complete. Yes, we've got everything there. Now that number, the first line you just put in, custom shader ID, just highlight that and type in 80, which is the number you had. Now we've done 2 parts. Now one thing that pays to do every so often is click save. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and start again. This bit is relatively quick. Now the next big thing goes at the end of layers. Oh, and by the way, if I was thinking about it, the trouble we had with the trees not changing colour. There we go. The problem I found with this is you need to put a gap in there. Just to neaten it up a bit. Was that the Darin had renamed his trees, his oak trees especially, and it didn't. And it couldn't find, and Seasons couldn't find the right ones to replace the textures with. But this is the newest copy. He's been busier overnight. Thank you very much, Darin. And we got the latest copy. Copy and paste that lot in. Tidy it up. Take that back to there. Take that back to there. Just so it looks here and there. It's easy to find things when you need them, then. And you can see where. And actually, these want to go in further. That's footage. Maybe that wants to go on another one. That wants to go on another one. You can do this quickly, but I'm not a great expert on modding. And I'm just going to take out some of these again. It's better. And that's all there is to it. That's that bit done. I save it. And we're finished with that. That can be shut down. And I'm going to shut down on here because we don't need this anymore. We've now got fun and games of. Well, we don't need that because that's done. Just getting rid of things we don't need. Right. Now this is where the Giants editor comes in. Now a lot of people are frightened of Giants editor. I'm one of them. But we will open it up. Just double click on it. And when you've got Giants editor, it should find it. As you see, I've got that one's for 15. That's for 15. As 32 and 64 bit. These two here are both for 17. That's the older one. This is the latest one. So I'm going to use the latest one. And we just click on that and wait for it to load in. It takes a little time. You need patience when you're doing this. And I would also suggest when you're painting the snow mask, which is what we're doing next, do not, here we are, we're in, do not do too much at a time. I want to get rid of this because normally when you get it, it's like this. Now, one thing to do is to check down here on the console, make certain there's no errors. And look, we're clean. That was surprise everybody. Now, just take out. I'm using the keypad here. I'm going to just increase the speed. You see where my cursor is now, near the bottom. That's nav speed. That's the speed it moves around. Well, at least I'm going to attempt to. Decide it doesn't want to let me again. Well, we're up to 15, 35 anyway. I'm going to get rid of that extra boost because I don't need that. And we do need terrain. So under Windows, we look for terrain. This is where you can see if you got it right. This is the terrain editor. And we should, if we go down there further enough, terrain layer painting, click on that, and if you look down here at the bottom, snow mask, temporary mask, 2 reserves. This is the one we want. Click on that, and that should show up there. We're just about ready to start. And here we've got the choice of whether you have round or square brush type. Left mouse button adds snow mask, right button mouse button removes it. Now I'm just going to find my way around. To navigate, Alt, and then you use your mouse. Now I think now I've got to find exactly where we are at the moment. We're in the wrong place here. I just want to get back somewhere near the farm. Here we are. Look at that. I'm just going to do a couple of buildings and a little bit of road, then we'll just test it out. And also I should have time to test out the Darin's fixes work. Which one shall we do? We'll start off, I think we do these two here. Then we do a little bit of road. I'm not going to do a lot. Right, we're just going to go inside here. You can navigate about using the mouse. As long as you've got the Alt key pressed, you won't hit anything else. Now we want to paint, and this is the one to use. Terrain Foliage Paint Mode. Click on that. And now, just let's change the brush shape. I'm going to try square. Square is nice if it's if it's north, south, or east, west, and this isn't, so we won't bother. Now if we do that, that's your snow mask. And all it is clicking on it. If you want to move, Alt. Don't just try and move. You can run it along like so. Don't worry if you get some on the outside. Just try and imagine how you'd have the yard. Remember, you haven't got time to clean it right down, so you're going to have snow. Now, why do we do snow mask? Well, quite simple. If you don't do snow mask, and we're just going to have a look outside, see what it looks like, how much we've got outside. Well, just take your time. We've got some coming over the edge, but that doesn't matter. And we've gone under the ground. Doesn't really matter. In fact, a little bit outside is handy. It makes it you're going to get all the inside. So we're just going to go a little bit further along. Make certain we have got it all. And those who want to try seasons with extra snow without having to go for all this, Dusty Dave's Dusty Cove is already snow masked. I've been playing with it, and it's on the modhub in the competition. It looks a nice map actually. It works well it looks like it's working rather well. I won't be doing anything on that. I believe that Eustace Farmer is going to be doing a series on that. Alright, we do a second one. I'm not going to do the yard itself because I like leaving the yard snowbound. It's just the way I am. No, we want to just make certain we're gone good way. So I'm not worried about going a bit over. But wherever you've got this green, this awful green colour, snow can't land or form. Don't stop coming through the roofs as is Giant's problem with their buildings. And we'll just go out a little bit, right? Now, just come out again. Just check. So we can be a little bit outside. We're a bit too far outside it. I don't know. No, we're not. No, we'll be fine there. Right, we do one more building. Because you do whatever you want. I'd like to just, on the pit. No, that's just me. I'd like to just, it won't take normally, because this is already sort of semi-masked, but I'd like to just clear around the pit to make certain that will be snow-free. See if we've got somewhere open. And what I also like to do is pig pens. We do one of those later. We do a little bit of road. Where should we do? Well, I'm not going to do farm road. I will do the road out the back here. Now it's exactly the same. Now if you want to make your circle bigger or smaller, it's your wheel on your mouse. Once you're in the paint mode, back towards you, it makes it bigger. Away from you, makes it smaller. And a lot of people do this square. I'd like to use square more, but that looks a bit of a mess if not. Again, same thing again. Go all the way. I have a little bit going into the road. I have noticed that a lot of this mask there, it's sometimes not quite strong enough to take. So I go I'm starting to go a little bit over. What we do right to the... Oops. Come back. If I do that, that's better. No, we just... This has only worked from a certain distance away. If you go too far away, you won't see yourself put the mask down. You are putting the mask down, but you won't see it. So it pays to be reasonably close. Now, I think if I was salt in here, tractor's gone in now, it would bring a little bit of salt in. So I'm just going to put a smaller circle in, just a little bit like that. It's called artistic license. And oh, there we are. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to call that it for now. And we're going to... Oh, we're just going to have a look at the pigs now. We've just got to get me bearings. Pigs were down. Oh, no, no good here. We ain't got pig pens. So we won't do pigs. Right, once you've done that, and I would suggest only doing about 1 or 2 hours at a time and taking a rest. Save the i3D file. Hit that. And you'll notice down here it says exporting. Wait for it to finish. Again, it takes some time to do this. Depend on the speed of your machine. This isn't exactly slow, but it's not the quickest in the world. And there's a lot of stuff running on here. And it's ready. And it's now telling you that it's been saved. We can now drop that, get rid of that. And it's all done in there. Now, I'm not going to rezip the map because I'm going to be working on it later. I never, once I've worked on a map like this, I always leave it unzipped. Unless I'm going to play multiplayer, it doesn't matter. And that's all the mods I'm using, by the way. Some of which are needed by Aldridge and some I can't drive without. So we're just going to get rid of that. And we're now going to find FS17 and we see what we've done. And we let this load in. And it's not going to be a long, detailed tutorial, but the main thing is to read the description. In there I will put link for Notepad++, and we're there. Right, we don't need to do anything in the options or the mods. Career and as I told you, I was going to reset this, and I have. So we're going to go to normal. We don't want Goldcrest, we want Aldridge. And we just check that all these are loaded in, and they are. Start, and we just wait for it to load in. And to test it, you will need console unlocked. There is several videos on YouTube on how to unlock the console. But beware, it's a one-way ticket. Once you unlocked it, you can't relock it. Unless I think you delete your game and re-download again. But I always have the console unlocked anyway. It's because I like fiddling with things. So one thing always to check is, we're away, that's quite quick. Yeah, we'll scan it, no. Alright, and we've got the typical thing there. And we're just going to fast forward to daylight so we can actually see what we're doing. We're here, and it won't notice which ones we do now. We've done these two. You won't see anything in the mask now. If you didn't have seasons, then you would see it. But we're going to find out whether it works. So I'll just check my controls. Right. I need to bring the console up, which is the Tive bar. It's the one above tab on those keyboards. It brings it in there. And you do it a second time. SS. Add the snow. That will give us one layer. We just watch one layer come in. There we are. And as you can see, I could go a little bit closer to the edge there, but I'm going to say this building just leaks a bit. Oops, because I've still got that. No, but just check when we get a second layer. SS. add snow. And we're add snow. Yep, no, we got 3 layers here. So it is 4 layers. It takes time for it to come in because it's got a lot of writing to do. We now put 5 in. You can tell I can't. I'm not a natural type, but I can't talk and type at the same time. Right. So 2, 4, 6, 7. One more. That should be it. So we'll take that down, get rid of that. Just give it a chance for it all to come in. As you can see, we've now got snow, and it's coming up all the time. And you can see how deep it is. The header trailer, well, the wheels are almost under the surface. If you look in here where we haven't, just to prove it, we haven't done any test, any masking here. Now I'm going to grab hold of a vehicle and check that the top. What we haven't checked, of course, is we'll just do that now. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this back down to 3 days again. Snow tracks, everything's on. Apply settings, yes. Back. We've got this. We'll just check we have got tyre marks. Get in. And we'll just have a quick drive down to. As you can see, it's a lot harder going now. And it's gone because it only lasts a certain length of time. In these conditions it's 3 degrees, so to check we've got this bottom done here. Don't know if we can. Oh yeah. Should have thought of that. That should be enough. More than enough. Down here there's been some masking done, which is fine. This road here should be clear, and by jingle it is. And we just follow this back, and where I put it back into the yard, there we are, into the yard. And that's all there is to this snow mask. Now I was just going to fast forward time and get to the autumn again. And the snow mask is not that difficult. It's time consuming. Take your time, and you always find how well you've done it. You always miss one build note. Just take it through to the autumn. You see all the snow's gone now because we're several days on. And what I consider doing on the next one is have a look at animals. I won't do one for tomorrow. I'm going to take a day off, and we'll start on this again from Monday. But this one I wanted to do, I frankly wanted to get it done out of the way so you can all make your own snow mask. You can get plenty of maps now. Well, maps are coming more and more in with it already in. There's no resync. That's okay. Fast forward again. As I said yesterday, do not do this on your own game. It doesn't matter to me if I lose this one because I've got no time at all invested in it. This is just a test bed. You see it has to synchronise, and you just hope that will catch up. There's a chance it may not, because I am fast forwarding rather too quickly. I should be stopping about now. Let it catch up. Go again. Catch up. Go again. And we just wait for night. This is midsummer, so we've only got one more to wait now. Oh, yeah, and we've got animals I think to do next, and we do bios and vehicles in the maybe the last one. It might take over into 2. I'm enjoying making this series. It's nice to be there, but actually in at the. I'm just going to turn that track off. It's beginning to annoy me. Oops, I just hit the wrong key. That's better. I just hit the wrong key then. I had it on the other. I had my mouse on my other keyboard, on the other screen I mean, and it was that's why it suddenly went off. Right, now late summer. Now we should, if everything's gone well, at the next changeover, you should now see autumn colours start to come in. Autumn colours. Just fast forward a bit. They don't come in straight away anymore. They used to, but they don't anymore. Now let's see what we've got this done. I think we found last time it was mid autumn before they changed. Got bad weather, and let's get nice again. Whiteboard and one of these lovely sunsets. It makes a map so much better. And here we are. This is the site you need to see. Now it works. Thank you, Darin. It's a grand job, mate. Grand job. And we can see the different colours of the different trees. I'm not going to go right through the year again because you've seen that. I think that's it. You can now make your own snow masks, and you can make them as you want them. I prefer just to do the main roads and inside the buildings. Almost everything else I leave well alone. I don't care if it's snow half a metre thick in the yard. You can clear some of it, and I know what we didn't look at is the tyre tracks. Well, we'll take that as read. Say I did, because I think this is going on too long. I want to keep it short and sweet. Right, so with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber and liking the series, and I know that Jerry has been sending some of his subscribers along who's interested in seasons. And if you're one of Jerry's Gritty Bear Sims, welcome. If you think I'm any good, or if you don't think I'm any good, you could just add another one to your subscription list, please. Right, as normal, any comments, questions, queries, please post in the comments bit. If you really have a question about this, best place to post to catch me is to join PCSG and post in there, because it gives me more room to reply in PCSG than it does on here. But support the modders. This is why I was so quiet about where you could pick this up from when I was on the I'm still on the promotion panel, because I know what this meant to the guys and how much work they put into it. This is, I think, 5 guys, and it's 7 months' work. And they already found improvements to make on this, and they're also start to work on version 2 with even more. So with that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio, and make your own snow mask. Oh, and in addition to this tutorial, 2 things I forgot. Just trust me to do that. So we go back after you saved, checked it works, and you've finished everything, go back into maps. On maps 01, we got these two. Rename this one to diffuse 1, just add a 1 to the end. Rename this one to diffuse and just take that out. It will help to hide the it's better. It will help now to hide that. There is one other thing you can do when you really have finished, but the season's density now is done, so we'll just do that last little bit, and it's in here. Add it with Notepad. It's back in the ID3. We'll open this right up now, and trying to remember exactly where that was. We should have. I'm going to look at. Just going to pull up the Relimus site again, just to have a look at. Thank you. Just double check that. You can see what I look at a lot. It's no all farming stuff. It's one up here is the distance, and I can never remember where it is. It's set at 80. We need just there we are. Food distance. Alright, food distance. In the last bit we put in food distance. Take it right down to 0. Save that again, and we're done. That is it this time. Trust me to forget that. It will now hide it completely. It will even hide it if you haven't got seasons in the map. I've found if you make one as a snow mask and put seasons in, and don't have seasons in, sorry, all the green will show. So, with that little agenda, cheerio for now. Cheerio.